college football playoff field is set. So we're gonna have some real controversy here.
JMU. I love it.
That's your
JMU
bracket.
Oregon's
You got the number 1 seed Indiana, number 2 seed Ohio State, 3 seed will be Georgia, number 4 will be Texas Tech, as the top 4 should be. The top.
I think the top 4 is definitely fair.
The top 4 definitely didn't really change much. There shouldn't have been a change, and yeah, it should have been like that just to begin with. So you got A. So you did number 5. You have Oregon. That's fine. That's pretty much set. 6. You had Ole Miss. That's some controversy there, especially with their head coach leaving.
I still think that's fair because they were 11-1 this season and they played in the SEC.
Texas A&M, you got 7. Arguably, they could have been number 5, but they are number 7. So they're the top 8. We're gonna noticeably not be changed, especially with Oklahoma right at 8. So now you have 9 through 12. Now everybody starts the questions. Everybody starts the debates, and everybody starts the problem. Alabama is number 9. Number 10 is Miami. Number 11, Tulane. And number 12, JMU. So
I have an issue with Miami, but go ahead.
So we're going to put a 3-loss Alabama team into the college football playoff after getting butt raced in the SEC championship. 3-loss teams should not be in the college football playoff. I don't care. I just don't care. When you have 3 losses, that should be a cutoff point to be okay. They're not eligible.
You look. You can't punish a team for making the conference championship game in the best conference in the college.
But you
have BYU who got punished for losing.
BYU did not deserve it though.
Alabama's last 3 games were horrible.
I understand, but they
lost to Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma's that good. I think they deserve to be in the playoff because they did beat the teams they needed to, but I don't think they're very good.
Dan Orlowski
almost lost to Auburn. Auburn, who's not even in a bowl game. I understand it's the big rivalry or whatever, but that's still they should have had no business being.
So then Miami shouldn't be in at all because they lost to SMU and Louisville late in the season, and they were unranked. I didn't even make the conference championship, by the way.
I think Notre Dame should be in.
Yeah, over Miami. Over Miami, they should be in, not over Bama. Over Miami, absolutely.
Because the thing is, right? Miami has the head-to-head, but that was in week 1.
Alabama
week 1 is so long ago.
No.
Who are you going to put in over Alabama then?
Miami.
No, what are you talking about? Miami should not be in the playoffs.
I'm not putting Alabama in the playoffs, bro. Not with 3 losses.
Miami lost to 2 unranked teams late in the season and didn't even make the conference championship. Alabama still made the conference championship in the best conference in football. What are we not understanding here? They're not even. Notre Dame is clearly getting punished for not being in a conference. So they put Miami in.
So you say BYU doesn't deserve to be. Who did BYU lose to?
Bro, they don't deserve to be in over Alabama.
Who did they lose to?
Notre Dame.
I don't think BYU deserved to be in either. I think Vanderbilt did.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Vanderbilt should be in there.
Who did BYU lose to?
I mean, they didn't lose anybody that I can. I don't know. I didn't look at the schedule.
They lost to Texas Tech
got
twice.
Boat race
they lost to Texas Tech twice. They lost to Texas Tech twice. One in the championship game, in which you said they shouldn't be punished for. Who did Alabama lose to?
So Miami shouldn't be in.
They lost to Florida State. That should have been a disqualifier right then and there.
So Alabama should be in after losing to Florida State.
I mean, I know.
They was playing good all year.
They were 5-7.
Florida State was
playing
terrible
teams hard all year.
No, they were not.
Yes,
5-7.
Bad conference, and they were 5-7.
When they played earlier in the year, they played Alabama as hard as any other team could. Absolutely, everyone thought Florida State was back.
In week 1, they fell off a cliff.
That loss gets worse.
So Miami should be in because they lost, even though they lost to 2 unranked teams late in the season and didn't make conference championship.
I don't think they should be in. I think Notre Dame and Vanderbilt should be
BYU not being in the playoff, fine. Then that means you cannot put Alabama in the playoff.
So you would put Vanderbilt in over Alabama even though they didn't make conference championship game. You can't.
I don't think Vanderbilt should have been in either. But
I think they're better than Bama is. I think they'd put up a more competitive fight.
I don't think Vanderbilt should have been in the playoff. But I'm talking about if you're going to put a 3-loss Alabama team after just making an appearance in the conference championship, then you cannot punish BYU for playing in the conference championship and losing to the same team that is arguably the best team in the country.
You can't let a team in that loses to 2 unranked teams late in the season over a team that lost their first 2 versus AP top 10 by a combined 4 points and won 10 straight to end the season, by the way. That's Notre Dame. So you cannot punish them for that. Notre Dame should be in. Miami should be out. That's the only change.
Well, the other thing about
Alabama
Notre Dame is, too, they were in the entire way until now. All of a sudden, just randomly, Miami.
Bro, I don't like Miami
what made Notre Dame lose or what made Notre Dame drop out of the playoff? They didn't play.
I agree. I'm saying Notre Dame should be in.
Yeah, me too.
So, but I understand, so I get that. But if you're going to put an Alabama in and not punish them for not,
who are you putting over Alabama? You're not putting BYU over Alabama
for not punishing them for losing and getting dog walked in the SEC championship.
Who are you putting over?
If that's your take, then you have to put BYU in the playoff. Then
who are you putting over Alabama?
I still don't think BYU deserves.
You're not putting BYU over Alabama. I'm sorry.
You can say they don't have to be over Alabama. They could be the 10th spot. If the logic that you're saying. The logic that you're saying is, Alabama lost in the championship game. That should be held against them. Then BYU shouldn't be held against them for losing.
Jalen, we're talking about 2 different conferences.
So basically, what you're saying is SEC bias.
Yes, there's the best conference. They're the best conference in football. They play the best competition. Yes.
So then, why do we play the games?
What do you mean? Why do we play the games? What are you talking about? They play the best conference in the country. It's not even
that doesn't automatically mean that they get a pass for having 3 losses and losing to one of the worst teams in football.
Strength of schedule absolutely means that you get a better playoff.
BYU had the 5th ranked strength of schedule.
Not compared to Alabama, bro. They didn't play.
Go look it up. BYU had the SOS number 5 strength.
The way I look at the playoff is, I think the teams that make the playoff should be the ones that create the most
strength record. They had top 15, but you want to say that Alabama should.
Because off the record, yeah, but they didn't play SEC caliber team.
It doesn't matter. It shows you the strength of schedule.
Any of those teams that they played.
Then why are we playing the schedule? Then why are we playing schedule,
bro?
Then why are we playing the schedule?
We're on 2 different paths here. You're talking about a team, a conference that has been widely known to outplay every other team in college football. The best conference in the country. They're playing. They made the conference
championship. They had the greatest player of all time.
They made the conference championship.
To be in the playoff because they play in the best conference.
Can I talk? They're playing the best conference in the country. That means they're the best competition in the country. Even though they lost towards the end of the year, they still made the conference championship game in the best conference. That's automatically going to put you in most of the time. Most of the time, it's going to put you in every time. Now, Big Ten, you can argue that as well.
The best conference in football, they have the 3rd best. Who has the top 2 number seeds in the playoff? The Big Ten. So they weren't the best conference in football this year.
Yeah, but they're still.
They were. If you look at the drop off between 1, 2, and 3 in the Big Ten, it goes to Michigan, and Michigan is not. Sorry, David. I don't think they're very good this year. Their offense was lackluster, and they were the 3rd best team in that conference. Penn State was supposed to be here, but they crapped the bed all season, fired their coach. I mean, I don't know. It's tough because I don't think Bama deserves to be here, but I can't think of a true valid.
By that lot, I'm not saying BYU needs to be in the playoffs.
Who else?
But by the logic that you're saying that Alabama should be punished.
Who would you put over them then?
Being in the college football playoff, BYU shouldn't be punished.
You just said BYU shouldn't be in, so who are you putting in over them?
I'm saying by your logic, saying they shouldn't be.
But you just said that
BYU held accountable for playing in a championship game.
The best conference in championship in the country, yes.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
Who are you putting in over
punished for playing in a championship game? But BYU was 11-1.
Who are you putting in over them then? You're not putting Miami over them because Notre Dame's going to take their spot. Who are you putting in over them? Miami shouldn't be in over anybody. I'm sorry. Tulane.
I'm saying by the logic that you're talking about.
Okay.
By that logic,
who are you going to put in?
BYU should be in.
No, you just said that BYU shouldn't be in. So who are you going to put in?
You just said that Alabama should not be
You're still not
punished for
answering my
going to
question.
the college for playing in the conference championship.
Correct. I stand on that. Alabama
But
should
Alabama
be
was
That
also
means
ranked.
BYU shouldn't be punished for playing in the college. In their
Alabama
conference
was ranked
championship. By
higher
that
than
logic,
BYU was before that too, though. That's the thing. Like
Exactly.
Alabama was 9th. BYU was already on the bubble. If
Exactly.
Alabama didn't lose that game as bad as they did, no one would be complaining about them making.
okay, then if you say that, then Notre
College
Dame
championship,
didn't.
conference
Notre
championship
Dame
games
didn't
don't
play
really
in the
count
conference.
either in terms
But-
of record. So I mean, like, who'd you put in over Alabama? You still haven't answered my question.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's over Miami. Miami shouldn't be in. Everyone agrees on that.
No, Miami and Notre Dame should be over Alabama.
That's ridiculous. That you Miami over Alabama is ridiculous.
Yep.
No,
It's not ridiculous. Actually, they had 3 losses.
The problem with
they lost to an
with
unranked
Alabama
team
is
and didn't make
And lost to
conversation.
Florida State, the worst team in college football. One of the worst teams in
Oh
college
my
football.
gosh,
But
dude.
go ahead.
yeah, that's the problem with Alabama.
But go ahead.
It's not the Oklahoma loss. That
Bro,
loss is whatever.
Did
It
you guys
happened.
not just hear what I said?
Then why do we
Miami
play
lost
the
to SMU and Louisville at the end of the year and didn't make conference championship game. Like, what are we talking about? They're both unranked, by the way. No, they should not be in over Alabama. Not even.
I don't think Miami should be in either, frankly.
Miami should be out over Notre Dame. That's simple. That's the only change I would make. It's the only
I'm not
logical
putting
thing you
a
could do.
3-loss Alabama team in there. No.
I don't want Alabama in it because I don't think they deserve to be here, but I can't.
No one
think of a
deserves. No one thinks they deserve it, but they deserve it over the other guys that you guys are naming. They do.
I mean, I'm not going to put Texas in there because I don't think they deserve
Right.
it. Vanderbilt is like the only one I think has a shout at deserving it over.
That's the
them.
only. That's the only competition that I will hear because again, they're in the best conference in football and they're playing. They played very well this year. That's the only one I would hear out. Otherwise, no. BYU.
You
should
just
not
said
be
Alabama played well this year? They played terrible for the past 5 years.
Vanderbilt played well this year.
Oh. Well,
Vanderbilt
played
is the
pretty well,
only team that I would hear out over Alabama. I would actually enjoy that more. But BYU, no. Texas, no. Michigan, whatever. I don't even know if you meant to put them in there, but no. None of those guys deserve it over them. Miami doesn't deserve it over Alabama. Vanderbilt and Notre Dame are the only teams that I can hear that, hey, they deserve it over Alabama. They played better competition. Vanderbilt arguably played better than Alabama this year. I would love to see Vanderbilt go to Oklahoma.
I think Diego Pavia is. I don't like him very much, but I think he's more interesting than Alabama is. Ty Simpkins.
That's what I'm saying.
Not.
Like,
he's not entertaining.
I understand you're trying to say like the Big 12 or what the BYU's in the Big 12, right? Yeah,
it's not about Big 12. By your logic, you're saying that the college
unfortunately, Jalen, you're at it. The thing is about
that's not what I'm saying at all.
You're at a disadvantage.
Because Alabama lost. They got dog walks just like BYU. They shouldn't be in.
The conference championship games don't even count towards anything. Besides,
then why is BYU being held accountable for it?
Because they're not in a tough conference like Alabama.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
So basically, what you're saying, SEC and Big Ten football, and no one else matters.
That's not what I'm
that
saying
is.
at all. JMU and Tulane are in the conference.
You just said SEC.
No, I didn't. You're putting words
on.
You're trying to switch what I'm saying. No, I'm not gonna let you do that because JMU and Tulane.
I'm not gonna let you do that either. SEC is not.
Right. So okay, I guess this is just the Jalen show. Only Jalen can talk, and we're just gonna leave it at that because I can't talk.
You just get on your knees for the SEC.
I mean,
no, I'm not. JMU and Tulane are in it. I've not said anything about them. They should be in it because they played well this year. Miami should be in it.
No wrong.
I don't like Alabama. I don't even know. I just said Vanderbilt should be in over them. I can hear that. I can hear that argument. Notre Dame should be in over Miami. Vanderbilt, I can hear over Alabama.
I don't think if you're going to put Miami in, that's fine, I guess. But they had Notre Dame ranked above them. The committee did all the way up until this point. And now all of a sudden they just leapfrogged them. Notre Dame got housed. Like if you're going to say that Notre Dame doesn't deserve to be there, reflect that in the rankings up to this point. Miami did not play in a conference championship. They didn't do anything that week. They jumped like 3 spots. Like it makes no sense. Like where did that come from?
Look, I don't see how Notre Dame drops if they didn't play, neither did Miami.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think we're all in agreement on the fact that Notre Dame should be here over Miami because like you just dropped them 3 spots for no reason, no good reason.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to put Miami in the playoff, then you need to put Notre Dame in the playoff.
Yeah, or just take Miami out and put Notre Dame.
I mean, if you look at Notre Dame's losses too, they were to 2 of the better teams in the country. Like Alabama, not to bring Alabama back into this, but they lost to Florida State. That's a terrible loss.
Look, JMU and Tulane. I've said nothing about them because they won their conference and they deserve to be in. But I mean, if you're a better team that's ranked, obviously, if you play in a better conference, you obviously deserve to be in better. But BYU didn't play very, very well. I mean, they played very well, but they didn't play up to the standard that Alabama was playing all year. I know the last few games that you guys are talking about, they didn't play very well in, but they're playing in the hardest conference. That's a fact. I'm not saying that the SEC is above all conferences. I don't think that some of those teams probably would have lost to the Big 10 and the Big 12 this year. Who cares? But Alabama is not one of those teams. I'm sorry, but I don't like Alabama as much as the next person, but they deserve to be in over BYU and all those other teams, Texas and all those other teams that were that were looking in. Like it's just it wouldn't make sense. Everyone would be complaining if BYU was in. That's just a fact.
What I'm learning is from this, everyone just likes to complain no matter what. Everyone just likes to complain.
They got 11 wins. That says a lot. I mean, who else has 11 wins? JMU, they're in the playoff. Who else has 11 wins?
They won their conference.
Tulane.
Won their conference.
Who else got 11 wins? Texas Tech. Who won their conference?
Won the conference.
Won their conference.
Who doesn't have 11 wins? Alabama. Next topic.
So we're just talking about wins.